Have you ever been in a relationship too long? You know the ones I'm talking about. The type of relationship where you know it isn't working, but you stay. Why? Well, you stay because you don't want to be alone, or you stay because of the kids, or you stay because you're afraid of starting over. Whatever the reason is, staying in a relationship out of fear is a total waste of time. And let me tell you this, I know this because I was in a relationship with a man for 20 years that I had to let go. About 20 years ago, I met a man after I broke up with my ex husband. I was hesitant at first, but he was persistent, and I eventually fell in love with him. But as time went on, his true colors came out. He started cheating on me. I was furious. I was upset. I was I was very angry. So I broke up with him. But I also got back with him. And I let this cycle continue for 20 years. Part of the reason was because I had low self-esteem. And another reason was because I was afraid of starting over. Look, for whatever reason, I couldn't see myself starting over again. Look, in fact, my mind would conjure up negative thoughts about all the bad things that would happen to me if I broke up with him. But I finally woke up. Now, I hate it happened this way, but I did wake up the day my son died. My son died in 2022. And I called this man that I had been with for 20 years and let him know what had happened. And you know what he said to me? He said, well, last year when my mom died, I didn't cry. What did that have to do with anything? Look, there was no doubt in my mind that it was over. It was not scary. In fact, I would say it felt liberating. So I will say this, when you make up your mind to do something, it's over. There is no grief involved. Look, and there's another thing that happened. God sent me somebody else, literally, right after I broke up with him. Literally, who became my superhero. He has done more for me than the guy I was with for 20 years. Look, so if you're afraid of letting go of that old, worn out relationship, do what I did. Stop wasting time and let the relationship go. What I know now is this: reinvention doesn't happen by accident, it's intentional. It takes guidance and it takes showing up. Subscribe to this channel if you're ready to reset your life after 50 with real stories, practical tools, and the kind of support that you wish you had years ago. Don't miss this chance. Subscribe. And if you can't find the courage to do it, here are a few steps you can take that will help you make the decision to move on with your life. Step one is to acknowledge the truth. This means you're going to stop thinking about what it could have been. It's over with. Start looking at who that person is now. I think Maya Angelou said it best. She says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. This truth will save you years of pain. Now imagine if I had listened to those words years ago. Step two is to write a goodbye letter. I wrote a goodbye letter that simply said, my relationship with this person is over. Then I drew a door, and then I wrote the word NO on that door. And I did that so that in my mind I would know I wouldn't have anything to do with him. I couldn't call him. I couldn't go see him. I couldn't do anything with him because I had put no on that door. Step three is to build a support system. I told my close friends and family that it was over between me and him. That gave me the emotional support I needed as well as accountability. And when I say accountability, I mean this. I wasn't about to bring him to another family function after I just told my family and friends that we had broken up. So tell a friend or family member for not only emotional support, but for accountability. Step four is to reconnect with yourself. With the death of my son and a breakup, as hard as it was to do, I made sure I continued to exercise and I started meditating. Step 5 is to redefine your future. Ask yourself, what do you want life to look like now? Look, letting go is not easy, but it is necessary and it's worth it. Instead of constantly hoping and wishing the guy I had been with for 20 years would change, God led me to a relationship where I am literally treated like a queen. And I believe that God will do the same thing for you. You just have to let go. Please like this video and subscribe for more real stories and ways to reinvent your life after 50.